Today we're here at Cochran Exteriors in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we're gonna learn all about their business and what makes them tick and how a contractor has this amazing facility in a prime location right off the highway in Indianapolis. They're a top 100 contractor and they really are a premier provider of services here in Indianapolis. And I wanna learn all about their business and how it came to be. And so Ross is going to actually meet with us and give us a tour and show us how this business has become the premier contractor in Indianapolis. So let's check it out. Welcome to the American Contractor Show, the show that's all about American contractors living the American dream. I'm your host, John Dye. Each episode will introduce you to contractors just like you who have beaten the odds and leveled up their game to become the dominant force in their markets. Together, we'll explore the tools and tactics that unlock the secrets to their success. Join me as we begin the journey that leads to the realization of your American dream. Well guys, I'm here with Ross Cochran. And Ross, thank you so much for letting us do this, man. This is awesome. Your facility is amazing.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. It's great to see you.
Let's talk a little bit about Cochran and like where you guys came from, because you guys are a powerhouse here in Indianapolis and you guys are one of the premier exterior contractors that we have, and we're so thankful to have you here. But let's talk a little bit about where you guys came from and like kind of your history and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Cochran Exteriors, we were founded 10 years ago. This facility that we're standing in is new to us. We moved in here about 2 years ago, but been in business for 10 years, owns Corning Platinum Contractor, voted best contractor in Indianapolis by the Indianapolis Star, Incorporated 5,000, fastest growing companies in the US. So we've been working really hard at getting there and having a lot of fun doing it too.
You guys came from a small building, have grown your business, have scaled to this level. It's a great example of what contractors can do and what they should do, but this isn't an easy transition. This couldn't have been easy to like decide to do all this, to build this amazing facility, to take the expense and the burden on it. So walk me through a little bit of what you guys decided and what you looked at when you chose this facility specifically and how you guys designed it out, what your goal was here.
Sure, yeah. Our big thing, we were just up the street in a smaller facility when we were starting out. And our big thing was visibility, branding. We wanted to make sure that we were visible to our potential customers and to the rest of the community. So branding has been a huge part of us getting into this facility because we have 155,000 cars that pass by this facility.
One of those. Every day.
Yeah, and it's actually, we had a third party do a study. It's actually 52 million impressions.
Wow.
A year that we get. So it's that marketing, that full branding circle, when they drive past the office, when they see a truck of ours out in the neighborhood or going down the street and they see a yard sign.
It brings you guys so much credibility.
Yeah.
If a homeowner is trying to decide who do I pick, what am I going with, they're gonna instantly know who you guys are. You guys are head and shoulders above everyone else, especially if they're in this area of town specifically. They're going to definitely know who you guys are. And so do you think that gives you guys kind of an unfair advantage a little bit?
I think so. We've seen more and more since we have been in here 2 years, like all of our customers are saying, oh yeah, I know where your office is when we first show up to that first initial appointment. So it's really just about staying top of mind for our customers because it's really, not every customer needs a roofer every single day of the week, but when they do, we're going to be top of mind in their first call to come out and take a look.
For whatever reason, it always seems like contractors have a massive amount of resistance to an investment like this because they don't see the payoff. To build a showroom, to do all these things, how often do you guys have customers that come here and look at these products and look at these the materials and stuff? Right.
Well, we get a ton of calls of people that are saying, hey, I drive past your office all the time, when they're going downtown to work or whatever it might be. And pre-COVID, obviously, we had a good amount of customers that were walking in because, from the highway, we have this place lit up at night and they're just kind of thinking about planning their projects. So it's become a destination for people to do that.
Well, it's, you go to the home shows, and I know I've seen you guys at the home shows too, and they basically have booths and people are showing things off then, but for you guys, it's year round. Yeah. It's 100% of the time you guys have the opportunity. And think about it. I mean, a homeowner's trying to make a decision on what they want to put on their house. That's not an easy decision. And they don't know what smart side looks like versus hardy board, or what laminated shingles are versus, some of the higher grade stuff, what impact resistant means versus what, just a regular shingle is. And that's a hard thing to explain to customers a lot of times. And you guys have made that a lot easier with this amazing wall.
Right.
So
yeah. It's huge when someone can come in and look at something life size and what those materials look like together, instead of just looking at a small sample piece on the kitchen table. It really helps when they're making those big investments into their home for them to get that full picture of what it's going to look like.
Do you mind showing us this wall?
Yeah, sure. Let's go take a look.
So Ross, here we are, and this is essentially your showroom.
Right.
So
built into our office.
Exactly. You got operational offices over here. You've got a showroom. You've got all this stuff going on. Talk to me a little bit about, first off, you guys had to build this.
Right.
What was that process like?
Yeah, so coming in building out this office, it was just a shell basically when we took it over. So we gutted the whole place. We put a second story in, and then we were really...
So none of that was here?
None of it was here, yeah. We had to do all of that, new HVAC, electrical and all that. But coming into it, we really wanted to come with a neat design element to the office that really brought into the office what we do out in the field. We've put together this little almost neighborhood type feel with different products all throughout.
Yeah. This is the Cochran neighborhood here.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you guys have all the exteriors inside your building where people can come and look at them. And I mentioned home shows because I know you guys do a phenomenal job, but this is literally better than a home show in my opinion. Because this is permanent and this is the real deal. So talk to me behind, there's obviously some differences here. We're looking at different materials. Is there a reason why they're in the position that they're in, and what's the whole science behind all this?
Yeah, so what we did is we really wanted to incorporate something into our office that looked nice, but is also representation of what we can do out in the field as far as quality, options, all those types of things. So when a homeowner comes in and they're thinking about, hey, I've got a big investment to make, they can really see what it's going to look like with different materials next to each other and what their options are. So we can really dial in to the customer, what kind of trims do you want with the hardy siding?
Right.
What kind of accents do you want in the gables and all of those types of things, along with windows as well. So it really ties their project in full circle of what they're going to be getting and what it's going to look like.
Well, most people just show up at a homeowner's house and are like, hey, Miss Jones, here's our options, and they have this little piece, and this is, no, here, look at this, and this is what we can really do, and this is what it actually is going to look like. So what materials did you guys choose to put out here, and why did you choose those?
Yeah, so this wall, as you can tell from down here at the very end, we started with the good options. So those options would be, your just regular standard hardy board and maybe some aluminum wraps and things like that. And as we move down the hallway, we graduate to hardy trims and different shakes in the gables and accent pieces, board and batten, maybe we have some stone down below that we're bringing in as a design piece. So we take all of these different elements, and we also work with a homeowner on a 3D rendering using a hover.
Nice.
So we really we really design that out to what they really would like it to look like, and then we come out here and piece everything together for them and give them that visual aspect of it.
This is awesome. I love that you guys are doing this. And that you guys have this facility here, because this serves not just for customers though. I can see how sales reps and installers could benefit a lot by seeing exactly how this stuff comes together.
Yeah, absolutely. We turn all of these examples into training moments also for our staff. So we'll bring, if someone's coming new into the company and we're getting ready to train them up on James Hardy type projects or something along those lines, we'll bring them out here and we'll be able to talk about it in the classroom in our training. And then we'll also be able to bring them out here and really speak to it and talk about it, how it goes together, how we're putting this project together for the customer. So.
Well, and I think that's the essence of excellence. If you're trying to become excellent, become really good, and be the premier contractor in your area, I think it all starts with training. So talk to me a little bit about what your training process looks like for sales reps and anyone else.
Yeah, so training, when someone comes into the company, everyone has a general training that they're going over. So it's going over all of our CRMs, all of our different tools that we use, technologies that we use. And also everyone, no matter what position, goes through just a basic understanding of roofing components, siding components, how all those things go together. So even if we have someone answering the phones to actually selling the product out in the field, everyone has a good understanding of what that is.
We really appreciate at Balance Claims too, because that makes a big difference for us.
Yeah, absolutely. The more that we can educate everyone, the better. But we have a training that everyone goes through, so that we can check those boxes, that we know that everyone knows these things within the company.
Well, that makes it a lot easier to be able to sell products like this, and being able to explain what that is.
Yep.
Now let's talk about your installers.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, are they coming in here and installing lap board in here and like trying to figure this all out?
Yeah, so our installers, I mean, that's one of the biggest, most important things, especially when it comes to James Hardie, is really having our installers, getting them up to speed and having the knowledge to do it and do it well to our standards.
Absolutely.
So we do a ton of training here, and also back in our warehouse. We actually have an employee that is just dedicated to installer development. Okay. So constantly working with building up our installer team and working with them out in the field to make sure that everything is being done correctly.
So what does that look like?
So what that looks like is out in our warehouse, we've got some training decks for roofing components. So we've got a mock training deck where we've got different components on the roof, as far as skylights, pipe jacks, chimney flashing, roof to wall, all of that. Okay. We'll bring all of our installers in. We'll do trainings on different products, how they should be installed, and turning into a learning opportunity for our installers.
Can we see that?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
So this is your training facility.
Yeah, this is it.
This is awesome. So you guys literally have a roof in your warehouse here that you guys use to train. So tell me how this works. Like, I mean, this looks like it's been through a little bit of a re-roof process here.
Yeah, sure. So every single installer that does any work for us, or they're coming on to the company, we go through a training process. So they get a work order just like they would if we're going out and doing a homeowner's re-roof project. You got to be here at 7 a.m. You got to be ready. You got to bring all of your tools, and we tear this thing off. So this thing gets re-roofed probably every week and a half, 2 weeks.
No kidding.
So we use it for training, and then right after they put the roof on, our installers get done. We come through with our quality control manager and we rip everything up. So we're really looking at all of the details of what we expect and what our guidelines are, okay, and turn that into a trainable moment, or maybe just move in a different direction with that installer. What
are some of the things you guys are commonly looking for?
Yeah, so we'll come out after a crew is done, after our installers are done, and we're going to be looking at where those nail patterns are. How many nails they got in a shingle, if they're hitting the actual nailing zone and hitting that common bond area, because that's something that we really stress to make sure that this roof is going to be something that's going to last a long time for a customer. And then we're looking at how they're doing. We tore up that skylight flashing, how they're doing skylights, how are we waterproofing the skylights, what are we doing with roof to wall type of transitions and all those types of things.
Well, I think most contractors would never do this. They would hire someone, throw them out there and say, here's a house, go do it, and they would test it on a customer's house.
Right. You
guys are doing it in a controlled environment, so you know that the product that you're putting out there is way, way better than everyone else because you've already tested them.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the coolest things about this is during the wintertime, we'll have our crews and our installers come to us and ask us to use this. So okay, the guy that was on the crew that was picking up trash the year before, and that crew leader is gonna graduate him and have him installing shingles. This gets used a ton during the winter as far as training.
That's awesome.
And bringing guys up. So.
Well, that's such a great benefit to you guys and to them, and training their people and everything else. So, do you guys do gutters too then?
Yeah.
Train them on gutters and everything, huh?
Yep, we do gutters, and we've got area to do siding training. And
looks like we got some flat roof going on over here too.
Yeah, so we've got all of our low slope training area. So this has roof hatch in it. We've got different exhaust pipes and anything that you would find on your flat roof. We got a little bit of a tapered system there. Yeah. We'll come in and we'll do Carlisle certified training. We'll have their certified trainer come in, and we'll actually be working with everybody out here. We'll have our sales guys going in, actually making welds and all of those types of things, so that everyone has a really good understanding of how this goes together.
Well, that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, bottom line is you guys are trying to put out a quality product, and you've got to control it, and this is the best way to do it. If you don't have something like this, I think every contractor should be developing this, because this is what sets you guys apart at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's something that our customers really love to see. We have in our digital presentation to our customers, we have a shot at this.
Yeah.
So we can speak to it, talk about it. How much training is important to us, and making sure that we're doing everything the right way.
I think even for sales reps, this is phenomenal, because now you can come out here and really understand that process. And a lot of sales reps don't understand it, and then they're able to really spot things a lot sooner, probably, for you guys. It saves you a lot of time.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
This is incorporated in, I think it's week 2 of our training, when we're bringing on someone new for sales. We're coming out here and we're installing shingles as well, and we're looking at details of how things go together, so they can have that real life experience of this is what needs to be done to do it right.
Ross, this is amazing.
Thanks.
You guys are killing it. I appreciate you letting us do this, giving us a tour, showing us the facility, showing us how you guys are one of the premier contractors in a pretty big city. Indianapolis is a big market. There's a lot of other contractors in the city as well, and you guys are definitely setting the bar really high. And I really appreciate you letting us do this.
Yeah, happy to have you. Come by anytime. I know you're close by, so that works out well.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the American Contractor Show. Huge thank you to Ross and the entire team here at Cochran Exteriors for letting us be a part of their business today and showing us around and giving us some behind the scenes looks into what they do to make their business so special. I hope that you guys were able to learn something today and hopefully get some ideas on how other contractors are doing things that maybe you can apply into your business. Huge thank you to our sponsors for making this possible, because without them, we couldn't do any of this awesome stuff that we're doing here, and hopefully bringing you guys some great content that's going to help you scale and elevate your business. Hey, make sure to tune in on Thursday for the next episode of the American Contractor Show. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you then. Are you doing something unique, innovative, or just plain cool with your contracting business and want to show off a little bit? We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email at showcase@americancontractorshow.com and let us know what you're up to. We'd love to hear from you, and maybe we'll feature you on a future episode.